Hello and welcome to the second video in the series on creating a web browser in Swift. So this is where we got to at the end of the first video. All it is a build of the template application within Xcode. So let's get started. Today what we're going to do is load up a very minimal HTML file. So that's not strictly speaking a legal HTML file according to the specs, but browsers are very forgiving and will display as best they can whatever you give them. So any browser would display that as just the text that you've given it. Here's the view as is. We don't need the little globe icon there, so let's get rid of that. So we've got a text control, and we don't need the Vig stat because we've only got one control there now. But instead, it'll be useful to have it as a scroll view. So we now get much more space for the text to go in. And we also want to make that window a bit bigger than it is. I just want to set that to leading, so it pushes the text off to the top left where we want it. We can take the padding out, because any padding that we have, we want to make the HTML do that. So there we are, I've got top left. So now we need to load up this index file. So let's write a function to do that. And the first thing is to get the directory where the file is. Now, because I've put the HTML file into the project, Xcode doesn't know how to compile it, so all it does is it just copies the index.html into the resources directory of the application, which is where we can load it from. What we're going to want to do is to replace this text with whatever we load. So what we need to do is specify that as a variable in the view. And tell it that this is a state that SwiftUI needs to be aware of, and then we can replace the text there with that variable, and as you see it loads that variable up from there. So that's what we're going to replace. So if we do this, then it's going to load up from the file into that data. We need to tell it one more thing, which is that the encoding is UTF-8. We know it's UTF-8 because all text files on a Mac are UTF-8. A browser needs to be a bit more careful about what that encoding might be, but we don't worry about that for the moment. So what we need to do is to run this load HTML when we have loaded the view up, and we'll do it as simple as that. So the preview shows us exactly what it is that we want. if we run that, that's what we want. We can resize it. The scroll bar works and it all, resizes properly. And what may not be obvious is that we already have the tab system in place because Xcode gave us that. So we've got two different tabs there, both separately loading up that file and displaying it. So that's where we'll finish for today. If you've enjoyed watching this, then please do like the video and subscribe to encourage me to do some more of these. Thanks very much. Bye bye.